Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and today I am back to show you how to make a ton of coins on EAFC. So if you need millions, like myself, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here, and of course, if you want some coins in a bit of a quicker way. Well, if you guys are fed up of coming against nicks like me and foot champs who use loans and OP cards from day one,
I'm getting really sick of you! Get out now!
Then you need to head over to mitchcactus.com, where not only can you buy the cheapest and most reliable FIFA coins on the EA market, you'll find over 10,000 reviews from people who have used the services and enjoyed them in the past. So make sure to head over to mitchcactus.com and use code RECALL for 5% off. So we are starting off by heading over to the transfer market, of course, and we're going to have a look first of all at some bidding options for you. Now, we had a subscriber message me and he actually gave me quite a good bidding filter. I've adjusted it slightly, but the min price is a K, the max price is 1.5K, and the minimum buy now is 3K. You pop the quality to gold rare, and of course, as you can see here, you're mostly going to get things like 83s, 82s, you're going to get some 84s in here. You want to check the likes of Footbin to see the price of these cards. Now, you're obviously going to have to skip through a few pages in order to get past the start, because obviously you've got such an array of players that can come up through this filter. So we want to get a little bit far in to find at least somewhere there's just no bids. So let's go around here. 83 Gavi there, 1.4. That's actually not bad if you have a look at Gavi's price. Gavi goes for about 1.8, so we could bid that one up at 1.5, sell it on at 1.8, and we'd be golden. So we'll bid that one there. Jorginho is probably the same. A lot of the 83s are going to go for about 1.8 now, so we can bid these. I mean, 1.6 is a little bit over what you'd want. If you can avoid it, try and do that. But 1.5 there, that's perfectly fine. We've got 1.5 there again. Let's go further along, see if we can get any 84s in here. We've got Brozovic there. Højbjerg, that's a good one. We're going to pop him on for 2,000 coins. That one will probably have to bid a little bit more on just to win it. We got Ruben Neves here, we'll do 1.7. We'll get Palinia there at 1.4, and as you can see, we're just going to gradually bid up as many cards as we can. As you get further on the pages, you're more likely to be getting ones with bids that are more acceptable to top up on. As you can see, we got the 1.4s here. That's absolutely fine. You're going to see a few 84s. There's not going to be a ton, but there's definitely a good market for this, and it's a really nice little bidding filter to start us off. Now we're going to go over to the Serie A. We're going to go for base hero, and we're going to go minimum 200k. So you've got the likes of Snyder. We need to see how much this guy's going for, just to see if we need to price him out of the filter. So Snyder now goes for 159, which is a little bit under what we'd really want for this one here. You've got the likes of Marquisio even there at 280, which is such a solid price for him. So we want to kind of get rid of anyone who's kind of in the mid kind of ratings for the players. So we're going to go for a 140 minimum. Let's have a look who we've got here. Cordoba's there still. We've got Marquisio there. That seems to be all right. If we head over and pop this to, I'd say 200k, that's just going to have the likes of Schneider, as we can see. Let's knock it down slightly, and then we're just going to try and get a Schneider. Now, Schneider's going to be the cheapest one in this filter. You've also got the likes of Cordoba and, of course, Marquisio there. Now, Schneider should be going for about this price, which is perfect. So let's just knock it down a little bit further so we can get anything that does come up. Okay, Brolin comes in there, so it looks like his minimum or maximum is 130k. So as we can see, he's still there, and we pop out that one, and he's absolutely gone. Brilliant. So to snipe Schneider, EA tax on this is going to be 10%. 10% of 160 is going to be 8,000 coins. So if we go there, we're making 3,000 coins, something like that. So if we go to sort of here, we're looking at about a profit of, I think, what, 7, 8, maybe 9k there. So decent profit, better than obviously what you will get on the lower end of things. And of course, there's not a huge bracket with Schneider. You know, you can make from, I think, 7, 8k here, all the way to about 20k at 131, because obviously Brolin's price kind of cuts that out and stops you being able to do too much more than that. However, it's still a really good one to give a go at, because realistically, there are a ton of other players that come up. You've got Marquisio, you've got Cordoba. There's definitely a lot to be had here. You've just got to be quick enough, and you've got to make sure that you do not miss any snipes that come up. Now on the lower end of heroes, base hero, midfielder, and prem, you're going to be looking at around 15, 20k. Realistically, it's pretty much in the depths right now. We're looking, as you can see, 19,000 coins is going to get us free there. Realistically, if they sell on at 19k, you want to pick them up at about 17. So we've got Royciki here. You've probably got a few other cards there. You've got the likes of McMahon, and you're going to have a few other midfielders there as well. Obviously, the recent hero pack has absolutely dropped the value of all heroes. I mean, heroes themselves are just not worth anything right now, because there's so many ways that you can get heroes essentially for free or very, very cheap. So it's just not worth paying for them. So essentially you can get them in the mud for pricing. So right now it's very easy to make a ton of coins off of them. Now there are a few options if you want to go over to maybe strikers, where you can actually find some really good value on some really good strikers. If we go minimum 200k, you got Tevez here at around 230. We've got Keane there. Is there anyone else? It looks like they're just the only two. Now how much does Keane actually go for right now? We've got an SBC for him, so it's unlikely that he's going for much. He's actually 200k. I suppose that's because of obviously the evolution that you can pop him in. We've got Tevez there at 200 as well. Now the minimums for both of these are probably, if we go in this bracket here, you got one Keane there. Let's see when other players come in, because that's what we obviously got to max out, these other players. Who else can actually appear here? Doesn't look like many. 200k on this one. Obviously realistically, if we compare price our way to a snipe, we're looking realistically for this one, EA tax is going to be about 10k. So actually if we can get one for maybe 190, that's a pretty big dub. 180 would be even better. Obviously compare price is the way to go. If you get Tevez, you're absolutely laughing. Once again, he is obviously going to be one who's going to make you an absolute ton. And interestingly enough, we can go and snipe the likes of course, Yaya Toure, Ramirez now as well, because those guys are literally dirt price compared to what they used to be. I mean, Toure and Ramirez both have 194. That's a little bit off what we want right now, to be honest, but that went pretty quickly. What we'll do is we'll snipe at 191. We'll hope one comes up. I mean, you can see they are coming up. It's just not for the price that we want. Now, that one was pretty close to where we'd be happy to take it, but we don't want pretty bang on the mark. So we've pray, wait for that one to come around, and we'll be absolutely laughing. Now, another one you can do right now in terms of obviously heroes, we did speak about it. You've got CDM, Premier League, base hero, Ramirez and Toure. I mean, I can't believe the price they are right now. It's pretty insane compared to what you would have just expected throughout the whole of FIFA this year, because realistically these guys are the goats of heroes. Like, these are the two best heroes you can get. You've got obviously the likes of Company and things like that, but they're, you know, these are the best in the Prem. You're looking at about 590 for a sell on Ramirez right now. EA tax on that is going to be about 30k, so you want to bring this down to here. Then obviously the profit, you probably want to go to 540. That's a 20k profit on the card. Obviously EA tax is 30k, so you want to be making at least close to what EA tax is. Now I apologize, I've just noted my camera is pretty blurry. I apologize if it's looked that way the entire video. Please don't judge me for it. Unfortunately, the blurry camera is something I apparently cannot resolve. So we've obviously got this filter here for you guys who are on higher end. If you can do this on a bot, I mean, you'll be absolutely, there you go, you'll be absolutely laughing. So it's definitely worth having a look at. And the final filter we're going to have a look at right now, I think it's probably the best one, is special. You want to go French, you want to go League One. I feel like you guys will know where this is going. PSG. Now you've got a few guys here. Obviously we're going to ignore, I mean, Kolo Muani is actually not even a bad one right now, to be honest. We're going to ignore the likes of Mbappe. He's just not going to be coming up on this filter. We're just going to check if there's anyone under 100k there isn't. Is there anyone under 200k there isn't? Is there anyone under 300k there is? So Dembele is the cheapest, which is actually kind of shocking. Dembele should not be the cheapest out of these guys, but Dembele being the cheapest, we've got the likes of course, Kimpembe. We've got the likes of Kolo Muani. We have a lot of cards that will all link to, of course, the absolute GOAT Mbappe player of the month, who I will be getting. I'm going to have a look at that Kolo Muani. I feel like he's probably an interesting one to go for. So at 240k, EA tax, it'd be 240. 10% is 24, so EA tax is 12k on this card. So realistically, you actually can pick this up for, I'd say 220, and that's looking at about a 10k profit. You can probably push this a little bit higher if you've got maybe a hunter in your club that's untradeable, something like that, to just push that card up. I think it'd be very easy to get this card on a snipe. Obviously, I'm not going to spend the time that it would probably take, because of course this is a more desirable card. Right now, it would probably take me like 15-20 minutes to get a big snipe on it, but in that 15-20 minutes of sniping, you get one card with maybe like 20-30k profit. That's better than doing most sniping methods or investments. So it makes sense. Obviously, all these filters are a little bit higher budget. If you do want lower budget, come back here tomorrow and I'll sort you out, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. See you guys tomorrow.